Greetings, programs. Get your ass in here. Welcome to another week of poverty podcasting. We call it the Geeks from Apartment 2. We are recording from Apartment 2 Studio somewhere deep in the heart of Rock City, New York. I am Alan One, a.k.a. the one your mother always warns you about. I am the geek with a voice. Fat Lady's Choice, the one who keeps his panties oh so moist, baby. Sitting across from me, my co-host, cohort, my ace boon cool, the man who has never missed leg day or a meal for that matter. Brother C is with us. How you doing, Brother C?
I'm doing all right. It's me. It's Brother C. Feeling fine, fit, fantastic, as we say in the gym, in the iron house, in the blast furnace, in the nuclear winter, all places which are my basement. I mean, let's be serious here. It's not like I'm going out to World or Gold or anything, lifting all these thousands of pounds in a dank basement with big shadows and one swinging light. So,
how are things, brother?
Things with me are good. As you can hear, as the world can hear, I am feeling better. I am 110%. Health-wise, mental state is about a solid 50, but what can you do? I think we're all running on second gear around here these days. What about you, brother?
Second gear?
Yeah.
I'm lucky if I'm running on second gear. I'm on like ninth gear at this point. But, you know, at the same time, winter's almost over. It's almost spring. There's no snow on the ground. And I always feel just slightly better when it's nicer outside. You know, when the ladies are out showing skin again.
I was about to ask you, is it because the weather's nice or you have nicer things to look at?
Both.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely both. Especially you big girls out there. I can feel it. I'm gonna be somebody no, I'm dead ass, man. I'm gonna be somebody this spring.
Yeah, I got high hopes for you.
Love is in the air.
Put yourself out there, and you know something's bound to catch you.
Yeah, well. So let's get some business out of the way first. As always, you can like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Finger pop that fucking bell so you are always notified when new episodes come out. You can also catch us on email at luckymerciless1@gmail.com. That's luckymerciless, all one word, with the numeral 1 at gmail.com. And, of course, on Twitter at Geeks from Apartment 2, apartment abbreviated, and the number 2.
There you go.
That's right. As we had talked about for the last few weeks, trying to get on iTunes and SoundCloud. Now, you sent me a link about iTunes. It took a cursory glance at it. I was like, this shit looks like fucking Spanish to me.
You know what? It may look like Spanish, and this will just be us talking shop for like a really hot second to get the boring shit out the way. I honestly think everything can be done in system. So it's mostly just a process that we have to not so much bang our heads through, but crash test dummy through the wall and just hope for success and our heads don't fly off. But I think we'll be able to do it. You know, at least we're going to work on it this week, and then hopefully next week we'll have made some progress. Not necessarily having it up and running there, but we will have made some progress in this detangling of this web.
You mean progress.
That's
what process.
I didn't say process. I might be a little.
We're gonna make some process.
I might be a little lip tongue.
We're gonna make some process here.
Yeah, anyway, Billy, and I'm not losing my mind yet.
So I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
What bullshit did you have time for this week?
I had time for a lot of bullshit.
All right, we'll set it off then.
All right, as we spoke about last week, you saw Captain Marvel.
Yes, I did.
And I went out and saw it as well.
Right.
Now, I don't really understand what all these critics had against this movie. It got pretty lambasted. Oh, the story's weak, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, you mean like I said last week?
Yeah, but the thing is this. It's like, I think a lot of it was on the back of Larson and how she made that stupid ass comment about how, you know, this movie's made for girls and this, that, and the third. And look, like you said, it's no Wonder Woman. It's a perfectly serviceable movie. I think the highlight of the movie, as you said before, was this de-aging of Samuel L. That was, I mean, spot on. That was an amazing effect. So, kudos to them. And like I said, I can't wait until we get the hologram technology combined with the de-aging, and then we get some like Jackson 5 digital reunion going live in digital concert. So I had time for that. Though it was a perfectly, passable movie. It's a
no.
thumbs in the middle.
Don't. Yeah, because the thumbs down for me.
Thumbs down for you.
Thumbs down for me. That movie. No, I did. That was one of my. I still stand by what I said last week.
Yes.
Captain Marvel was one of my least favorite movies in the MCU.
I'd put it down there with like Thor 1 and like Green Lantern. Inside jokes are fun. Yeah, we know that's DC.
Yeah.
But they were both really crappy movies. One crappier than the other. But like I said, it's one of those movies that if you're watching it for, oh my god, this is going to be, MCU altering experience. No, we know what the experience is. This is to keep us satisfied until the end game, and then that'll be that. Now, one thing I will say about the movie is that the damn thing did not need to be 2 hours and 5 minutes long. I don't understand why that had to be a thing, especially with the, lack of storytelling that went through it. Another thing, and I said this in like the first episode when we talked about Umbrella Academy and pop music fatigue.
Yeah.
In my movies, and how Guardians of the Galaxy pretty much kind of, and then I don't want to say it ruined having good pop songs and musical segments in movies, but it made a trend, kind of like Bullet Time being in everything, where I can't watch a movie, I can't, watch a show based on comics that doesn't have an elaborate music number, or hey, insert era reference here, and that pissed me off because sometimes it was fitting, sometimes it's not, and other times I'm just like, they're driving in a straight line. Why do I need to hear the song? What emotional impact am I going to have hearing this other than a nostalgia job given to me by this movie that didn't have any payoff?
Well, you ain't like Salt and Pepper?
Why? Why was it there?
You ain't like No Doubt, I'm Just a Girl?
Okay, during the fight scene where I'm just a girl beating everybody's ass, that was appropriate.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. It's appropriate. I'm just a girl, look at me. I'm beating everybody's ass in space.
Find a more heroic song to fight to.
I'm your Venus, I'm your fire. She's turning,
if Captain Marvel was rated R, you could have done Lords of Acid.
Oh,
I wanna see your pussy, show it to me.
The fact that you know Lords of Acid is actually kind of baffling to me, because that's kind of on the weirder side of the spectrum. It's not too weird, but it's just something I didn't expect you to be down on.
One, I went to clubs as a youngster, and two, I was married to a white girl who was a fan of Lords of Acid. So that's why.
Kudos, because I loved it, and when I played it at the job, you would just kind of looked at me like, why do you like this?
Show me your pussy, show it to me.
Yeah. All their front singers were really, really hot, too. Okay. Captain Marvel. Let's just, to bookend this segment. Like I said, thumbs in the middle. It's no Wonder Woman, no matter how hard it tries to be. And it tries real hard. Yeah. Because girls are doing it and doing it and doing it. But it like I said, for what it was, it's a perfectly fine movie. I enjoyed Samuel L. I enjoyed some of the tellings in the story, but and like I said, this is just a Scooby snack to hold us over. Another thing that I
What?
Actually, what?
Before we go on to something else.
Yes.
Learned a fun fact about Captain Marvel over the week.
Go ahead.
Did you know there was a black Captain Marvel?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's a black Captain Marvel. There are 7 characters, 7 people in the comics that have donned the name Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Carol Danvers is just the 7th.
Yeah, I know.
Back in the 70s, there was a black Captain Marvel. You want to know who that is?
Who?
Her homegirl in the movie, Maria Rambeau.
Okay.
She was in the comics. She was working for a police on the docks of New Orleans.
Yeah.
She found similar to in the books where Captain Marvel found some equipment that gave her powers. Same thing happened there. She was not only part of the Avengers. For a while, she was the leader of the Avengers. Of course, Marvel is not going to tell you that.
No, I mean,
I am not a comic book expert.
Yeah.
And even I didn't know this. I was like, word? And you can tell it's from the 70s, too, because she has this big-ass afro. She looks like...
Of course.
She's dressed like a solid gold dancer.
Nice.
From back in the day.
So her and Power Man pretty much just swap clothes.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what?
Let me borrow your tiara, babe.
When it was laundry day, and she just went to Luke Cage and was like, yo, let me rock this shit right quick.
Let me borrow your best silk shirt.
Yeah, let me get these tight ass pants. You know, so I did not know that. It was interesting to me to know that. Yeah, there was a black Captain Marvel at one point, which kind of would have made a better movie because you're getting a twofer from MCU. Not only are you getting yet another black movie, but you're getting a woman movie as well.
No, see, it would have been a nice twofer, but we all know Carol Danvers is the one that's in everything. It's the one in everything right now. I mean, come on, she was in like Marvel vs. Capcom, and she's in all their digital properties. So
yeah, she also played a part in the second Infinity War, and if they do another Civil War movie, Civil War 2, we know that she plays a big part in that as well. So, and like I said, wishful thinking, 4-leaf clover thinking, like you said last week.
Yep.
But still, I don't need to see Captain Marvel ever again.
Yeah. No, I definitely that one and done.
Yeah. So, what else do you have for me? See?
Okay, another thing. I found out Into the Badlands, right, which is an AMC show.
Isn't that like a kung fu show?
Yes, it's one of the. You know what? It's WMAC Masters with a longer storyline because it's just everybody. Okay, let me give you a brief synopsis. You have these 3 big controlling houses. Each house is led by a kung fu master, and each kung fu master has like their hands in some sort of illicit trade. One runs poppy fields, the other one runs whorehouses, and of course it's a she. Then you have like these warrior monks that need to control this demonic power that's surging around the Badlands, right? Long story short, this kung fu epic is in their 3rd season, and I don't have cable. So I just pretty much wait till it's on Netflix and binge watch it. And I saw season 3 is up there, and I can't wait to, really sink my teeth into some kung fu fuckery.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really a goofy show. It's the drama's stupid. It's pretty much, like I said, just WMAC Masters, Mortal Kombat, any of these put to a live action show, and there you go. Let it run. What else has there been? I saw some of Us with a friend, and
what do you mean some of us?
I didn't finish watching Us. It was a
Is it on the bootleg side?
Yes, it's the bootleg side of the tracks.
All right.
So watched some of it. Wasn't 1X. Our favorite drummer boys didn't show up.
All right. Well, from what you saw, what you ascertained of Us, do not spoil it.
No.
I think by this time next week, I would have seen Us.
It won't be spoilerific at all because it wasn't a whole lot to see.
Okay.
Pretty much everything you can assess from the trailer, if you've seen any horror movie ever, you already know the tones that this one is bringing. It's not bringing anything new, but it's kind of doing things different slightly. So pretty much very Invasion of the Body Snatchery. And if anybody's seen that, I'll leave it there. The Faculty, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, all those movies.
Oh, The Faculty. What a great movie.
Yeah,
We're going to get back into Robert Rodriguez in a little while, but I did like The Faculty very much.
Yes.
That's the first time we saw Josh Hartnett.
Yes it is.
As Zeke.
Yes. Wow, damn. You really like The Faculty.
I did like that movie. And Falcom Jensen was the fucking teacher in it. At the end, they didn't say it, but they alluded to like she was fucking Josh Hartnett by the end. Yes, I did like that movie quite a bit.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's typical fare, and I'm sure there's a bunch of references that I will, sit down and with a notebook pour through upon second and third viewing, like I did with Get Out. But it's a movie I look forward to finishing, and I enjoyed Get Out a lot. I know it wasn't your favorite, but this is something I think the horror genre needs. So,
okay.
Game wise, ooh, wow, lot of stuff dropped. Just
for you.
Yeah, for me. I mean, so if anybody's played Dark Souls or Bloodborne, Sekiro, Shadow Die Twice came out. I've only played a little bit of it. I really didn't get a chance to really get into it. But if you ever played Tenchu Stealth Assassin, which I'm pretty sure you have.
Yes, I have.
It is more like that than anything. 90% of the game is that I've done so far is, hey, there's a guy standing there. Oh, knife in your head. Oh, there's someone standing on a ledge. Oh, pull him, throw him off a cliff. There you go. So it has a very stealthy feel, I don't want to say Metal Gear Solid because it is still like Dark Souls. So that's that. I got into that. Not something I can, really play around with, youngins running around. So save that for, after hours game. What else came?
Why? We played Mortal Kombat in front of them.
Yeah.
We played Call of Duty in front of them.
Call of Duty.
No, we played something else in front of them as well. We was like, I don't know if we should play this around them. I forget what it was.
If we had to legit ask that question out loud, we probably didn't. See, Call of Duty is one thing. I mean, it's people getting shot and then jumping right back up. A dog jumps over a truck and climbs a building and kills you with one bite.
Well, people are getting shot.
Yeah, people are getting shot,
But I do know that we played Mortal Kombat in front of them.
We have, but I think it was
to the point where you had to tell them like this isn't real.
Yeah, I'm like, look, guys, we stopped doing like fatalities, and I wasn't doing like the brutal stuff.
Yeah, we just finished it. We just punch each other.
Each other in the face.
Like, all right. When these kids aren't around, though,
yeah, I'm gonna rip your body in half.
Eat this fucking scarecrow, homie.
Yeah, but it's definitely one of those games where everything is a cinematic kill. So that's kind of how that's going right now. And
I know you're looking forward to the next one that comes out next month.
The more I see about it, the more I'm just gonna wait till it gets a little cheaper.
Oh, flash sale?
No,
you're like me.
I'm not flash selling it. It's just.
Oh, I am.
What's
it? Just like $30?
Yeah. I mean,
give it like a good year, right?
Yeah, get the definitive edition.
Yeah, when it's like $30 goddamn dollars, and I'm like, all right, I'll get it now. Yeah. When everybody done ran through it, it's not an Evo anymore.
Nah,
because nobody cares about it, and that's when you get it. Not paying $60.
What I would do is not wait that long, but I usually wait for the real reactions to people, because when people are like, okay, gotta get on a new hype train, right? Gotta jump on it, gotta go. That shit could be fucking ass day one.
Yeah.
And then you gotta sit down and wait for them to fix it. And if they take their sweet fucking time or don't fix what you want, you just spent $50, $60, maybe $99 for some of you really hardcore fans out there on a brick. You bought that Supreme brick. It's going to sit there, it's going to look at you, and you're going to look at it stupidly.
Well, you've done that quite a few times with quite a few games.
I have. I'm not going to, but you know. What?
Like Marvel vs. Capcom, for example, Part 3.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The vanilla version.
Yeah, the vanilla. I mean...
And then they came out with a... Ultimate version.
6 months later.
6 months later that, I guess, was air juggles was easier, but it wasn't for me. I was like, oh, great. These air juggles are going to be easier for me. Then you get out there, it's like, no, motherfucker, you still got a button press. I'm like, fuck out of here. This fucking game.
You can't play with your face.
No. No matter how drunk you are.
What else? Other than that, not much else. I haven't picked up any new books. I'm still reading the same ones I've been reading. And that's about it for my week. What do you got?
Okay. I got notes. Let's start with some movie shit for a second.
All right.
First of all, I didn't know if you was going to talk about your kids on this show.
Yeah, I allude to the fact that I have them.
You let slip that you have kids.
No,
and you let slip your name.
I know I said that to you ages ago.
And I was like, okay.
Because when I told you,
let it slip. That's your fucking problem because you don't know how to let it slip.
Oh,
your pull-out game is rubbish. That's why you have 3 kids and I have 0. My pull-out game is immaculate.
See, that's where anyway.
But anyways, yeah. So let's start with some trailers that I saw over the week.
Let's go.
The first trailer I want to talk about is fucking Dora the Explorer and the Lost City of Gold.
I didn't see the trailer.
You didn't see this trailer?
I saw a lot of screenshots. I saw a lot of posters.
Man, oh man. The internet has lost their shit over Dora the Explorer. Not to Ghostbusters levels.
Oh.
You know, of losing their shit.
Yeah.
But kind of close.
How?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you, because you have kids.
Yes.
And I know that they watch Dora the Explorer.
Yeah.
Explain to me what this show is.
Show is usually about a child named Dora going from point A to point B. She draws a map. She stops by maybe 1 or 2 other spots on the map on her way. She has a friend who is a monkey that wears boots. His name is Boots. And there is a antagonist named Swiper the Fox who tends to meddle in their plans of getting from point A to point B. That is it.
Does she have parents on the show?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, she does.
Okay, because I saw the trailer for Dora the Explorer. I knew the gig was up right away.
When she was an adult?
I was like, when did Dora get tits? Did I miss something? Was there another show that came after Dora the Explorer? Like, remember Rugrats when they were grown up?
And they became parents or something like that?
Yeah, and
then they had their own kids or whatever.
I was like, well, is this that show that I don't know anything about? Because I've seen a lot of pictures of Dora the Explorer, and she didn't have B cups at all. No. So she had parents.
Yes.
As you alluded to.
And she has a cousin named Diego,
who was also in this movie.
Yeah. Oh, he is.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that the internet lost its shit about, because Diego, I guess, has short hair in this movie.
Who cares?
I'm like, okay, I don't know. I have no horse in this fucking race.
That's one of those things that's like, it's not like his hair is relevant to his character. It's either, I mean, you could have casted Antonio Banderas and you would have gotten Diego.
Well, I guess it goes back to, like, when the first X-Men movie came out and they were in the traditional blue and yellow costumes.
And people
I guess
lost
it's
their
like,
shit.
oh my God, what's going on here? I guess what's going on with this. So yeah, they had a problem with that. They had a problem with the storyline because she got kidnapped by some assassins, or some sure didn't happen on the show. They had a problem with Boots not talking.
Yeah, Boots this is the problem. Boots has to talk.
But they didn't show in the trailer, but we know that Danny Trejo is the voice of Boots.
Which
They
also,
just didn't show it in the trailer.
Which also is really off-putting because Boots...
It's not to me.
It's when I hear Danny Trejo is voicing a kid's monkey, I can only hear like, you know what's gonna happen? This knife and these boots up your ass.
Okay.
And just
But he was also in Spy Kids, and those movies.
Yeah, I love Spy Kids. Spy
those
Kids
movies
is
were
dope.
fucking trash.
Shut up.
Those movies were fucking trash. All three of them. Every Robert Rodriguez movie he did for kids was fucking garbage.
Because it wasn't for you.
Spy Kids, they weren't for you either. You had like you was a kid when those movies came out. You weren't. You were a teenager.
I was a teenager, and I could understand the whimsy and fun that came with them.
Were you high?
No, I didn't smoke that.
Then you're fucking retarded for liking those fucking movies, because those movies sucked.
I also like Shaolin Soccer and goofy shit like that. Come on.
Shaolin Soccer was okay.
Oh, was it? It's
Spy Kids stunk. All three of them stunk. Shark Boy and Lava Girl stunk.
Okay, those were not great.
Stunk. You understand what I'm saying? This movie, I don't know who this movie's for. Who is it for, really? It's not really for kids because it's. It seems like it's. Sorry, but it seems like it's more adult. A bit more adult than what you got on Nick Jr.
The problem is that one, I don't even think they run Dora anymore. First of all, so it can't be for kids because they probably have no point of reference to what Dora is, and if it is still running on there, this is just a weird angle to take it because it looks nothing like what they see on TV now. And it can't be for the people who used to watch Dora because anybody that used to watch Dora as a kid is like, man, that show was stupid.
I had to look up when Dora the Explorer first started. It started in 2000.
Yeah.
And it seemed to me like it started way later than 2000.
Nah, it started into it. It had a long run though.
But then again, I don't have kids. I wouldn't even watch that show ironically. You know, I got high one night and Dora the Explorer was on, and I watched it because I'll tell you a story. The first time I ever saw Teletubbies was in a goth bar. I swear to God.
That's weird.
It's a place called Vertex, somewhere downtown in the Rock, and there was East German fucking music playing like Kraftwerk. A lot of people in leather. Yeah. And the sad part is that I didn't know it was a goth bar. So I'm coming in, and it's like 98.
Street clothes.
Carl Kanai. Boss shit on. I looked like the dude that got suckered into the party in the first Blade. I'm just looking around like, these motherfuckers are going to kill me. They're going to kill me and drain my blood. I was waiting for Wesley Snipes to come out that goddamn door. Like, save me, Blade. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but that was the first time I ever saw Teletubbies. Yes. Was at a goth club. And that was ironic.
Yes. It's not like you sought it out anyway.
Yeah. I'm not going to seek out Dora the Explorer because I don't have kids, and I'm not going to sit here and watch that bullshit. No. But like I said, it looks like Tomb Raider for teenagers.
Yeah, then fine, but
which is weird because just watch Tomb Raider. Yeah. Which I didn't like either the Angelina Jolie versions or the remake that came out last year.
That's a franchise that just needs to just stop.
And yeah, it's
they never do it right.
No, it's a problem with video game movies. Is that especially something like Tomb Raider, or even when they say they're going to do Uncharted at one point, it's like, well, if you want to know what Uncharted is, just buy a PS4 and play the goddamn game. Because all they're ever going to give you is cutscenes.
Yeah, that's the problem with like video game movies is that there's a certain feeling that you get when you're playing it and going through the experience as opposed to sitting down and watching the experience unfold for you. It's like, okay, good example is, would you rather play the scenes that Ellie had in The Last of Us, or would you rather just sit down and watch them unfold before you? You would rather play them.
Right.
Because there was something about like, oh man, if I fail, whoa, this does not turn out well. And then, you get through the trial and you get to the next sequence, and you're just like, wow, that was kind of you have a vested interest in seeing this character survive. Now, you watching it, you're like, man, she's gonna get through it because the story is still an hour and a half left in this movie. So it's not like there's gonna be any real surprises. There's not gonna be any real letdowns. But when you die, even though you can continue, you're gonna see that big old game over screen. You're gonna see, hear the death rattle,
Yeah,
and all that noise.
those movies are designed for people who don't play video games.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know what I mean?
All right.
They're for them. Because if you played the games, especially even like when Mortal Kombat came out, the first one,
Yeah.
I was like, well, this is cool, but there was really no story behind Mortal Kombat. Not really.
Yeah.
And what they do, they try to shoehorn in this Enter the Dragon type scenario with goddamn Mortal Kombat. Where they're all on this goddamn boat. They're going to this goddamn tournament. Blah, blah, blah. They ain't even really do fatalities in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got the giant icicle spear with the bucket of water. And
yeah, the fact that they made a show out of this game was amazing to me.
Yeah.
Because I remember it coming on after Monday Nitro. Yeah. So that's all I really got to say about Dora the Explorer.
Yeah.
So what I'm not going to watch it. So another trailer that I saw was I actually saw 2 trailers this week. Both these coming out in July. First trailer I saw was season 3 of Stranger Things.
Yeah!
Can't wait, boy!
I could not wait. I sat down and I was like, yes!
I do like that at least the last 2 seasons have been season themed, the holiday themed.
Yes.
Because season 2 came out Halloween. This one's coming out on 4th of July. That means that if they do a season 4, it's either coming out on Thanksgiving or Christmas.
You know what? If it comes out Thanksgiving, that'd be great. And if it comes out Christmas, that'll give you something to do during that long stretch.
Yeah, it depends on what it depends on what I'm working at that point. If this was back in the day when I was working at a college campus, at least I look forward to that. Like, yeah, what are you going to do on Christmas break? Stranger Things season 4, son.
No, I like that. As the characters progress, it seems like they're gonna have this whole growing apart type deal. Where look, we're older, we gotta start doing our own thing. We can't just keep doing the same old Adventures in the Wood type shit.
Yeah, one of us gotta fuck this fucking redhead girl.
Oh yeah, I forgot she was a character they introduced.
Yeah, season 2, yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, it just seems like
and then the other one's gotta fuck 11.
Yeah, they're going through
while Drake fucking tapes it. Oops, did I say that?
Oops. We need an alarm, freaking.
Yeah. That's the other thing with that we need that down. Trying to work on getting us a soundboard.
Yes.
So that we can have drops
and fart
because
noises.
You can't really do a podcast, I guess, without drops or a theme song, I guess. All right, well, baby steps, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Look, you gotta crawl before you can rob a bank. So guess what? We're still buying.
Take your time.
We're still buying the guns.
Right.
So other than Stranger Things.
Okay, so here's the other trailer that I saw this week, and it's running gag time.
Oh boy!
Because my ex-wife got a hold of me over the week, and she sent me the trailer for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the new Quentin Tarantino movie.
With
the caption, I know you're looking forward to this. because Quentin Tarantino is your idol. Now,
Yes.
that brings up the first topic that I want to talk about today.
All right.
And that is taking off the idol cap.
Yes.
Because not only in pop culture, but in real life, sometimes you have to take off the idol cap. You have to look at people from a more objectionable, as you say, perspective.
Yeah.
And say, well, were they really that cool?
Was this thing really that good?
Was this the yes? Yes,
Was
exactly.
Yes.
And in the case of Quentin Tarantino, it took me a very, very long time to take off the idol cap.
Yes.
And look at his work, his body of work. Not him as a person. Because heaven forbid, it comes out tomorrow that he's out some Bill Cosby shit, and I gotta be here. Yeah, sit here like, oh God, I can't look at his movies the same way because he did this shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, creepy feet aside.
Yeah, his foot fetish aside. But I actually sat here the last week and thought about Quentin Tarantino and his movies.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I took that fucking fan hat off, and guess what? There's some movies of his that I don't care for. And sorry, X, but one of them is Jackie Brown.
Yeah,
I don't care for Jackie Brown.
That's one of his weakest movies.
It is,
I agree with that.
Especially coming off the heels of Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction was this cultural phenomenon. It told a very interesting story. It took the crime genre and flipped it on its ear.
Yeah.
To the point where we got so many knockoffs of Pulp Fiction. Even fucking Guy Ritchie did knockoffs of Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels and Snatch. Those are British Pulp Fictions to me. You know what I'm saying? Then we get to fucking Jackie Brown, and it's just a straightforward story. And here's the other thing. You can't tell me that, well, this resurrected Pam Grier's career.
No.
Because guess what?
We all know what movie did that. That was Ghost of Mars.
No. But my point is that she was making movies a year before Jackie Brown. She was in Escape from L.A. and Original Gangsters. And then she did Jackie Brown. It's not even her best movie. Because to me, Pam Grier in her prime, even if and that's being generous because she's never not been in her prime. She's even in her 40s and 50s and 60s, and she's still in her prime. She can still get it. Understand what I'm saying? But to see good Pam Grier, go back to the 70s.
Fair enough.
Coffee.
I knew you were going to say Coffee.
Coffee is a way more fun movie than Jackie Brown.
It's a definitely fun movie.
That's her fucking getting butt ass naked with those beautiful boobies of hers and shooting motherfuckers in the head with shotguns. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Damn right.
Foxy Brown.
I get you.
Foxy Brown is a great movie. Even something like Friday Foster, which barely few people see, but I've seen. I thought that was way better than fucking Jackie Brown.
See, it's funny because a friend of mine, we often talk about Quentin Tarantino. He thinks that his dialogue writing just goes in circles, and that's what takes him out of movies. He's like, I can't sit down and watch a scene with a conversation that goes nowhere. And I think that's one of the things about Jackie Brown, is that there are a lot of things that just go nowhere for me. And some of the fun is piecing things together in his other movies, but when start to finish, a straight thread that just seems to just go nowhere and do nothing for you, that's kind of disheartening. So
it's no. You can make the argument that maybe it resurrected Robert Forster's career from Here in Iraq, by the way. But Samuel L. Jackson was already Samuel L. Jackson before he ever started this movie. Robert De Niro, it's Robert De Niro. It's not like when Pulp Fiction came out
and resurrected Johnny Travolta's career,
but it really didn't, because he was doing movies before this. It's just that nobody cared about him.
Yeah.
Like, look who's talking to. Nobody cared about that.
No.
Until he came out.
Well, I think that would define as a resurrection then. If you're irrelevant and then you become relevant.
Yeah. But when he came out with Vincent Vega, did his whole dancing scene with Uma Thurman,
yes.
And it's like, oh my God, we forgot about John Travolta. It's like, well, no, he did movies, she didn't care about him.
Yeah.
But that being said, Pulp Fiction is a fantastic movie.
It's a gem.
Kill Bill Volume 1.
Yes.
It's my second favorite movie of all time. The only thing that beats it is Flash Gordon. You know this.
Yeah.
Anybody that knows me knows that Flash Gordon is my favorite movie of all time. Number 2 is Kill Bill Volume 1. But guess what?
Yeah.
Kill Bill Volume 2, I don't care for it.
See, I see the Kill Bill as the whole bloody affair. I rank it based on the entirety of it because it's just a movie split in two.
No.
So
Volume 2 is the weaker.
Well, then it falls into the same thing as we said before, where you like the first 2/3 of a movie and you hate the last third.
Fam, think about that movie as a whole.
Yes.
And what she had to go through.
Yes.
She killed all these people. She fucking went to fucking Tokyo and killed a whole goddamn army before she got to Lucy Liu. She got shot in the goddamn chest with buckshot.
Punched her way out of a casket.
Yeah, punched her way out of a fucking casket. All this fucking shit. So when she gets to fucking Bill, what do we get?
5-finger death punch.
No, we got a 20-minute goddamn conversation. Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah, I think that's what I said. That's the weak ending that no one likes.
If somebody that I love shot me in the head and left me for dead, and I'm in a fucking coma and I'm getting raped in my ass, you better believe I don't care what happens after that. Oh, that's my daughter? Well, come here, baby girl. I need you to go in the bathroom for a second because I'm about to kill your dad. And you gotta live with that shit. I'm not gonna sit there for 20 fucking minutes and talk. No.
And that it fuels my point even further. It was the longest edging you could ever have with you walk away with blue balls because for the whole movie, and I'm talking all 4 hours of it, you get one epic encounter after another, and then what happens in the last, like you said, last half an hour, 40 minutes of the movie, it sinks. So,
nigga, we're going outside with these swords.
As I said before, I love Kill Bill Volume 1. I love the first half of Kill Bill Volume 2. Pai Mei's story is one of my favorite stories because I love old school kung fu movies. So that dumbness is fantastic for me. But guess what? I sat there like everybody else sat there. You're going to kill this guy by poking him in the chest and you're going to sit down and watch TV? Go fuck yourself.
No.
This is a weak-ass ending to a fantastic series.
Sorry.
So, guess what?
Here's another movie that didn't work for me. Inglourious Basterds.
I understand why it didn't work for you. And I think I might be having the domino effect on this movie because it's last time I watched it was like a year ago, right? Because a friend of mine, it's one of his favorite movies, and I'm just like, let me go through it again, and it was one of those things where it's like, okay, I gotta put my thinking hat on and my accountant hat on so I can really, really figure out what this movie is trying to do. And I just found like the beginning of it was good, but the end of it was just I was just like this story doesn't do it for me. It's like you said, it's a World War II movie with no war, no nothing really. You get a couple of stuff with things with the bear Jew. Oh yay, everybody loves the bear Jew. And then you get the theater scene, and that's pretty much what everybody remembers. And the shootout in the bar. If you were to put this movie scene by scene and just ask anybody who's seen it what they remember, they'll tell you those 4 scenes and that's it. That's not enough because that movie is long.
Boring. Boring. And it's not like he can't do action scenes. He did Kill Bill Volume fucking 1. So you would think that by the time we get to Inglourious Basterds, and that was his big World War II movie, I was like, oh, there's going to be some nice gunplay or something like that.
I thought it was going to be like The Losers, where you have just...
Or even something like The Dirty Dozens.
Yeah, that would have worked. That would
have worked too, but guess what? We didn't get that. Instead, we got these long-ass fucking diatribes, and sometimes that works. And we'll get to that in a minute.
Yes.
The last movie that didn't work for me, but he'll even tell you this one himself, Death Proof.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Death Proof sucks.
I hated Death Proof. Oh, my God.
It tells the same joke twice.
Yeah.
Because
the second time, it's worse.
Yeah, it's even worse. And it's supposed to be his big, this is my take on a slasher movie. The fuck was it? That's not a slasher movie. It's more of a chase movie. I'll give you that. But it's not a slasher movie.
It's a chase movie with one really long, boring chase. And
when she's on top of it, when she's under
playing Shift Mask.
Yeah, Shift Mask. I did like that part of it. That's the only part I liked. Everything else before that and after that part, especially when Stuntman Mike bitched out. Yeah, man, come on.
That killed me.
That like, come on. You're gonna bitch out Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
You're gonna bitch out Jack fucking Burton?
Don't kill me.
Yeah, man, no. No, I didn't like that movie.
The only part I liked was when they jumped at the end and they freeze frame because I knew it was over.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater and everybody cheered.
So did I.
But you know, Grindhouse, that movie also has a domino effect on me as the years went on.
I like Planet Terror.
I didn't.
You didn't like Planet Terror?
No.
Yeah, Robert.
Oh, come on. This little one-legged chick with a goddamn gun on her leg, how did she fire the gun?
We saw Machine Girl. That had the drill bra. How do you operate the drill bra?
Well, I guess the same way you operate this goddamn gun in Planet Terror. And on top of that, here's my biggest problem with Grindhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Because Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino, quote-unquote, grew up with Grindhouse movies.
Yes.
So they should know what Grindhouse movies and how they work. And for all the shit that we got...
The trailers...
The trailers were the best part, yeah. Because the movie stunk. When it came to, like, nudity and sex, what happened?
Pussied out because they did the fuzzy screen.
They pussied the fuck out.
They did the fuzzy screen.
No.
They did
and
the
especially with both of them because they're not shy from fucking showing sex and fucking nudity and all that shit. So why, when it came to, like, for example... the sex scene in Planet Terror. Why not show that?
I don't know if they did it in Machete.
Why? Because Rose McGowan was her boyfriend at that point? Oh, fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Why? And why not show the lap dance?
Oh, yeah.
In Death Proof. Because we got it afterwards, and guess what? It was very tame. There was no reason to cut that part out at all. It's just dumb. It is trying to be clever. It's like, no.
And sometimes you just don't.
I want more Machete in this shit.
Yes. Tits out Machete.
Yeah, tits out Machete.
I still want Machete in space. I do.
I watched that. Because part 2 was kind of lame. But part 1 was great. Especially the opening.
Yeah.
With the naked chick, she pulls the fucking cell phone out of her snatch.
Yeah.
Oh, that got such a great response in the crowd at that fucking theater that night.
Yeah.
And not only that, we were fucked.
We were done.
Were we on mushrooms for that?
Yes.
Did we see? Yeah, we saw Machete on mushrooms. Yeah. And that was great. But getting back to Quentin Tarantino, like I said, it took me a long time to take off the fucking fan hat, man. It's like, don't get us wrong. Yeah. He's done some great movies. He's done more great movies than bad movies.
Yeah.
Especially in the last few years, like Django Unchained. That's a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the few movies that I saw twice in one day because after I saw it...
You saw it with me.
Yeah, I went to your house and it's like, you gotta see this shit.
Yeah.
And then Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
Hateful Eight is a great movie. It's a great movie. Now, getting back to where we started, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I saw the trailer, yes.
I have no idea what it's about.
I have no fucking clue what this movie's about. So I'm like, will I see it? Sure. But I wish I would have saw a little bit more of the storyline.
Yeah.
To know what this movie's about. And that's all I got to say about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
If I had to make an assessment.
We do know that it is surrounded, the Manson murder surrounds this
Oh,
this
really?
Movie. Well, because Margot Robbie plays Sharon Tate.
Oh, okay.
That's her character in this movie.
All right.
I did like the scene, though, who I assume was Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
It was like, my hands are registered lethal weapons. If I mistake and kill somebody, I'm going to go to jail. Well, if you mistake and kill somebody, that's manslaughter. You're going to jail anyways. Yeah. That's a great line.
Yeah.
Other than that, I was just like, I need to see a little bit more. Will I see it? Of course I will. Because to my ex's point, he is one of my favorite directors of all time. Mm-hmm. I put him up there with Spielberg, Kubrick, even somebody like a Christopher Nolan. At this point.
Yeah, Nolan's up there.
Yeah, Nolan's up there because of what he does. And so, of course I'm going to see this movie. Afterwards, I will...
Snyder for you.
I will rank it. I will put it at what? Spider?
I said Snyder.
Oh, well, he only did, if you're being honest, he only did 2 good movies in his career. Dawn of the Dead and 300.
Yes.
Everything else is kind of like... Well, Watchmen was okay, but in anybody's hands, that was going to be a disaster anyways. I don't really blame Zack Snyder for that, because it's Watchmen.
Yeah, that's a
hard book to adapt. And we talked about this a few weeks ago.
Yep, adaptations.
And if somebody came to me and said, here's $300 million. We want you to make Watchmen. I'd be like, oh, man, that's going to be rough.
You would make it on the lowest budget and then make the other movie that you really want to make.
Which is Supermarket. Yeah. But yeah. So, that's that.
Yes.
Let's keep going with movies for a second, because a couple weeks ago I alluded to the fact that we was going to play another round of How Old Do You Feel Right Now?
Oh, shit.
When time came around for it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that time is now. Let's see. March 30th, 1999. What? Do you know what happened that day?
No.
That was the day that we all first got caught up in the world of The Matrix.
Oh, shit.
The Matrix turns 20 years old this month.
Yay!
And the funny thing is, I haven't heard anything about it being the 20th anniversary. Unlike another movie that celebrated its 40th anniversary this month. Alien. Alien turns 40 this month.
See, Alien is one of those movies that was... I kind of want to say genre defining.
So is The Matrix.
Yeah, I mean, The Matrix, look at everything that
you just talked about it a couple minutes ago.
No.
Bullet Time.
Yeah, I did. But... Hold on. Now, them, like, in The Matrix coming up with something that is definitely, been bitten off more than you can chew is different from Aliens coming up with something where it's just like, we really had no really science horror-y space stuff like it of its kind when it came out. And I'm not going to say that we didn't have like science horror fiction, stuff like that, but it was just something where Aliens kind of did a little bit more than come up with a trend that ended up dying. We don't see bullet time anymore.
Okay. But here's my point, though. As we saw last week, we don't agree on things from time to time. But I like to think that we can both agree.
Yes.
That The Matrix is a fucking classic.
It is.
The first one's a fucking classic. I saw that in a theater, here's the best part, sober. There was no weed. There was no booze. Not like it is today.
I sat there
in the theater and saw that and was mesmerized by that movie. Yeah. My mom liked The Matrix. And that's a movie that I didn't think she would ever like. And she loves The Matrix. It is a classic. It's a classic. It's a action classic. It's a sci-fi classic. To your point, it's not like we didn't get slow-mo gunplay before.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But to a general population, the general audience, they never saw no shit like that before. They didn't see bullet time like that before.
That's true.
And afterwards,
it was
every fucking movie that came out had to have fucking bullet time in that shit.
And just about every movie that came out afterwards did the exact same scene.
Yeah. Even House of the fucking Dead had bullet time.
Dead. Fucking, what's the name of that movie? Kung Pao, Into the Fist.
Wanted. Charlie's Angels.
Yep.
Which I love, by the way. The first one. Love Charlie. The first one? I love Charlie's Angels.
That movie's so fucking stupid.
It's stupid in a fun way.
Yeah. That's
it's a fun movie.
We've done this before with my movies. Go fuck yourself.
Anyways, but I do think it was a game changer as far as special effects and even the storyline.
I'll definitely give you that.
Because there's people that didn't understand the movie. I could never understand why. Because if you really strip that movie down, that does have a lot of philosophical questions to it.
Yeah, it's
something that you know a lot about.
Plato's Cave and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When I was learning from Nino Brown, I actually figured out the Matrix.
Yeah. And here's the best question that ever asked: are we the masters of our own destiny, or is there some unseen force that's just pulling the strings for all of us?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is that after I saw that movie, it's like, yeah, are we really living in the Matrix right now? You know what I mean? It's such a great story. I think the problem with this movie was the other two came around and it tarnished the legacy.
Yes, it does.
Because the Matrix should have been Star Wars for Generation X.
Yeah, Star Wars inside of your computer.
Yeah. But I will say this, especially about Part 2. I think Part 2 is a bit underrated.
I love Part 2.
Part 2 is
great.
Part 2 has a lot of flaws to it.
Yeah, but the minute-to-minute action and storytelling
but as an action movie, it's
really fucking good.
Yeah, it's great. I get why people don't like that movie because the second one should have been about, well, Neo now knows that he's the one. So how do you live with that? How do you live with knowing that you're the guy that's got to save fucking humanity?
Yeah.
How do you live with that from day to day? They didn't really explain that. They kind of sort of did. And Part 2, if for anything, was just, well, let's just find any reason for Keanu Reeves to fight.
Yes.
But if you look at it from that perspective of like, okay, Keanu Reeves is just going to fight through this whole fucking thing. There are so many great set pieces. And at the end, with the chase scene, that's a great chase scene.
The highway scene? Yeah. One of the best chase scenes I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, it wasn't until Fury Road came along and blew that shit out of the goddamn water. But up to that point, it was a great... and then the whole rollout after the first Matrix with the second movie and the Animatrix.
And yeah. Animatrix is one of my favorites.
And then the video game came out, and that flopped.
Yes, it did.
Then we got Matrix 3, which was the weakest out of the three. That movie stunk. And I don't think it's, I don't think it's looked at the same way as other trilogies out here.
Because it petered off too hard.
Yeah, but there was so much anticipation after the first one. I know that I was looking forward to Part 2.
Yes.
And the Animatrix. I sat through fucking Dreamcatcher. That bullshit ass movie.
Watch one of the...
Just to watch the Final Flight of Osiris? Yeah.
And you know what? Because I did jump from a couple of movies. Because when I was still in the city, lived right near a movie theater. So I used to just go in like on a Saturday morning, pay for one ticket, and then just hop from theater to theater for a good majority of the day. So I actually saw a bunch of the Animatrix shorts when they were running. The thing about it was I always thought a lot of these shorts could have just been full-length movies. Like some of them, the story that tells.
Final Flight of Osiris? Maybe.
The one where you have the
history of the robots?
The history of the robots? Hell yeah.
Sure.
A prequel? Do it.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say. because so much time has passed since
We can get that.
we can get that prequel to the Matrix, especially now with technology the way it is now.
Yeah, that and the fact that it doesn't
Or
matter
even just
how long. Yeah, it doesn't matter how long you reboot or make a prequel for a franchise nowadays. There's no time limit on that.
yeah,
Do it.
or even tell the story of Morpheus and how he got to be Morpheus.
Yeah.
And tap Disney and their fucking special effects where you get a young ass Lawrence Fishburne.
Or even better yet, tell the story about the first one that got out. How'd he figure it out?
Yeah.
How'd he figure out, oh shit, I can fucking bend this goddamn spoon?
Yeah.
Anybody watching me? Yeah. Shit. I mean, bend some more shit. And then you see the system turn on him. And why am I writing this movie? I got another movie to write. Fuck this. I'm done with this segment.
I think it's high time that we go back to the Matrix.
Yeah, good.
Especially since now it's been 20 years. There's other things that are 20 years old this year, like American Pie.
That's 20 years old?
Yeah, it came out.
I thought it was older than that.
No, that's 99. South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. That's 20 years old.
The best thing I remember about American Pie.
I loved that movie when it came out.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it too. But it was just... I remember that's the era where, like, the term MILF just...
She's a MILF.
Just sprang up.
Like the fuck.
It just sprang
Was
up.
that John Cho? Was that Sulu from fucking Star Trek? It might be.
It might be.
Man, that movie came out... American Pie came out at a time when... And we don't get that these days. At least teenage Thundercats don't get that these days.
Just teenage.
The teenage comedy.
Yeah, the teenage.
Because
party movie.
That came out right around the same time as Can't Hardly Wait.
Yeah.
She's the One. Jawbreaker.
Oh yeah.
Jawbreaker's awesome. Go. You ever seen Go?
I vaguely remember.
Go is the teenage version. Well, not teenage, like younger version of Pulp Fiction. Once again, running gag. But me and my ex-wife can quote that movie back and forth.
Go.
We've seen that a million times.
Wow.
Stoned. Like, here's a great line. Gay men are so hot. It's tragic.
Oh boy.
There's so many. It's basically Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
In L.A.
Yeah.
But with a techno soundtrack behind it.
All right.
And so many people that at that point you didn't know if they were gonna make it or not.
Like budding stars.
Oh man, who's in this movie? The future Mrs. Tom Cruise, Katie Holmes, Taye Diggs. There's even a cameo by a very unknown Melissa McCarthy before she became Melissa McCarthy. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you ever see it on Netflix or something, sit down and watch that movie because it's a funny fucking movie. If anything, it's very fucking funny and highly quotable.
It is funny that you do bring up the lack of like teen movies nowadays, because even I remember like my teen movies, and I'm like, man, what do they? I mean, of course they got better quality movies, air quote, for that one, and they have a larger kind of choice for their movies, but they don't really have anything catered for them. Like, they don't have an Animal House. They don't have They don't have any of that.
They don't have any of that shit, you know?
That shit is fun.
I think the closest that teens have to that is maybe Superbad.
But you know what? They got all their, like, weird Twilight shit. And that's what they and like Divergent.
Okay, that's fine. We had that back then as well. We had Scream and fucking I Know What You Did Last Summer and all that shit, you know? But they don't have like teen comedies.
Teens getting in trouble, like House Party and shit like that.
These Thundercats don't have that.
Fuck. That's weird.
Yeah,
that is fucking weird.
What's the Thundercats version of Porky's?
It would have to be Superbad, like you said. Or, I don't know, because then, like you said, a lot of these movies that we're remembering are actors getting their, like, big breaks or, you know, they're already in the scene.
Fine, but they don't, Yeah, like there's.
I mean, what young actor do you know that's up and coming?
I don't know.
Jaden?
Really? Not after Earth. But that's my point. Really, it's like there's no. I was sitting there thinking about it the other day. It's like, what movies define these Thundercats out here? What is their maybe Sandlot?
Superfly remake.
No, I can tell you, and honestly, it is not Superfly the remake because I think I'm the only one that saw that movie.
You are, because I tried. I couldn't.
It was like, I can't see this shit.
I got too drunk and it wasn't even worth.
Can't see this. I can't see the snow posse.
The Snow Patrol.
Snow Patrol, yeah. Everybody in white jackets, nah, I'm good. And white guns. It's like, yo, why, if you're going to shoot somebody, why are you all in white?
That reminds me of fucking Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio. And they were like, draw your swords. And there were guns and they said swords on it.
Yeah, but you know what? But again,
stupid.
There's another movie that defined, at least my generation, was Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't like it.
The beach.
Yeah. Even though I didn't like Romeo and Juliet, I knew a lot of people who did like that movie.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't know what the Thundercats have that's their thing. Unless, like you said, maybe Harry Potter or maybe Twilight, one of those type of movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they don't have that one movie that defines that generation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but happy 20th anniversary, Matrix.
Nice.
Absolutely. And of course, I know you're looking forward to John Wick Part 3.
I was just gonna say. Yeah, when I saw the trailer for it, I was like, "Yep, bring it." There's a horse. There's a horse in it. There's dogs in it.
There's Halle Berry in it. There's Halle Berry.
doing it.
I thought the first one was very overrated. Second one I did like. I did like Part 2.
Yeah, because you like Common and Common was doing shit.
Okay, no, if you say so. We'll get back to him in a second.
I thought it was fun, but this one seems more revolved around shit going down the Continental. So
yeah, and they're supposed to be making a TV show about the Continental, which I'm like, that's pretty cool. To make a TV show about the Continental and everybody that's in it, that could work.
That could work depending on what network carries it.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's AMC, fuck that.
Well, no, yeah, it's gonna be on like cable or something like that. I didn't get away with that though. They did The Walking Dead for so long.
But Walking Dead is okay.
But it's violent. You can't say it's not violent. We didn't like it, but you can't say it's not violent.
It's violent in the way that they'll start it and then they'll turn around. Like they'll cut away from it. They never really show anything. They'll save like that for one like really good big budgeted shot where you see a zombie picking out someone's intestines. But for the most part, it's, oh my god, I'm getting attacked. Quick cut.
Speaking of TV, I'm sure you're chomping at the bit for the final season of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, I don't read the book, and I was thinking about going back and reading the book when I'm done watching this show. The problem is,
I wish I could help you out, but I don't. I usually have the first 2 volumes, so I don't have any.
The problem with it is that this guy is not finishing this book anytime soon.
It's too fucking slow. That's my problem with goddamn Game of Thrones. Well, that and it came right off the heels of Spartacus.
Yeah, see, the thing about it was
Spartacus was awesome.
Is that
and I just
my ability to sell Spartacus to you was very different from the way people tried to sell Game of Thrones to me. I said, hey, Spartacus really, really, really sucks. It apes 300. It has nudity in it, but I mean, if you really wanted to watch that, just go anywhere in the world for that. But the thing about it is this. One, Lucy Lawless is in it, and we haven't seen her in years. 2, after you get past that 4th episode and you get into some real scumbaggery, the show just picks up.
Yes, some great villains.
The show
And not only that, but if you're into girl watching, they had Spartacus has some very, very fine women on that show. Besides Lucy Lawless,
Yeah.
the girl that played Alithia. Oh my god! I'm not really into blondes, but I was into her.
What was Crispix?
His
girl.
His girl. Spartacus's girl.
Yeah, and the thing is that okay, eye candy aside, they all had. I mean, these weren't bit parts. These girls were as ruthless and sometimes more so than the dudes on the show. Yeah. And you're just like, yo, that's
especially Alithia.
Alithia was wholesale scumbag.
Yeah, she was just
and I sat there.
Fucking cunt.
I sat there and I was like,
and I don't even say that word that often. But Alithia on that show, what a fucking cunt.
But the funniest thing about it is that I sat there with the amount of like anticipation that people will have for like Days of Our Lives, and I understood.
Oh, yeah.
I understood what it was like to say, "Oh man, that bitch! I can't wait to see the next episode."
When you're sitting there cross-legged like Peggy Bundy,
yeah, the bonbons,
with your leg just bobbing up and down, and just with some bonbons in your lap. Yeah, that was me and fucking Spartacus every fucking week. Like, oh my god, that fucking bitch.
but Game of Thrones, when it was sold to me, was like someone tried to say, "Well, there are midgets in it." I'm like, okay, and there's nudity in it. I'm like, okay, so what else you got? So the only reason I even got into Game of Thrones was I was bored one day, and I had DVR'd, and this is the days of DVR, 3 episodes, and I said, I'm gonna sit down and watch this. And I watched it, and I was like, this ain't bad. I'll catch it when I can. And so I kept up with it, and it went from becoming a show where it's on, I'll watch it, to I gotta watch it. And it does end up picking up, but it has a way slower pace than Spartacus did.
Yeah, and that's my problem with Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't get into it. I get it. It's not... I won't even try to debate people like whether or not it's a good show or not. I get why people are fans of it. And I should be a much bigger fan of it because it has dragons and nudity and sex and violence.
Yeah.
But it's not one... It was one of those things that I at least tried. Yeah. I read the first 2 books. I watched the first 2 seasons up until before the Red Wedding because I already knew that was going to happen because I already read the book. But then afterwards, I was just like, man, this show's just fucking slow for me.
Yeah.
I just don't care about it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But I can't wait for that, as you said.
Yeah. As I sit here and go through my fucking notes. Okay. So the last few weeks have been, I don't know if it's my headspace or whatever, but I've just locked myself in a room and watched a lot of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So we alluded to this, well, we didn't allude to this, but we talked about this off mic about Channel Awesome. I don't want to get into the whole controversy of Channel Awesome.
No need to.
There's no need to. If I like to think by now, if people who probably listen to the show already know about Channel Awesome and all that. But there is a show on there called Tamara's Never Seen. And it's hosted by this young lady called Tamerlyn Chambers, if that is her real name, because that sounds so much like a porn name. But the whole show is, because she's on the younger side of everything, she's never seen a lot of classics.
I have a person at my job.
And we both know people that are like that, who are like, wait, you never seen this? And that's her.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't watch this show. Because Tamerlyn Chambers is way up my fucking alley. She's chubby, she's cute, and the fact that she ain't never seen any of this shit. Every time I watch this show,
kind of infuriating, isn't it?
It's infuriating to me. And every time I see her, I just want to motorboard her, and then sit down and be like, "Wait, you never seen Scarface?" Because this month for her was March Mob month. So she sat down and she watched Goodfellas, because she never seen that. Never seen the first 2 Godfather flicks or Scarface. And I was like, I just want to blow your back out and then sit on this fucking couch and just
make you watch all these
make
movies.
you watch all these fucking movies. You know what I'm saying? Like in this dungeon we call Apartment 2 Studios. I can't watch that show. I just can't. So, that was all. That's all I had for movies for the most part. I am looking forward to, not as much as you, but I am looking forward to us and seeing it and seeing if your theory holds any goddamn water.
What theory was this I had again?
Was that Jordan Peele is trying to create like his own universe, like Stephen King did.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens with all that.
We will.
Next up, have you heard about Woodstock?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Listen, man. I'm not a fucking concert goer, as you know. I'm not cool with big crowds, but it is Woodstock, and it's coming to Watkins Glen, which is a hop, skip, and jump from here.
Yes, it is.
Did you hear the lineup?
No, later.
Let's talk about the lineup. As you know, Woodstock 3-day event coming August 16th, 17th, and 18th in Watkins Glen, New York. Here's the first day. First day, The Killers.
Okay.
Miley Cyrus.
Meh.
Santana.
Okay.
The Raconteurs. Robert Plant. John Fogerty. Run the fucking Jewels.
Okay.
Akon.
Yeah, alright.
What?
Yeah, fight somebody on stage.
Yeah. That's just day one. Now here's day two. Chance the Rapper. The Black Keys.
Alright.
Greta Van Fleet.
Who?
Gary Clark Jr.
Huh?
Motherfucking Indy Irene. Not yet.
Okay.
Girl from the video. Yeah. I was like, word?
Okay, Indy Irene.
Alright. Third day. Final day. Imagine Dragons.
Alright, that's the money day.
Halsey. Cage the Elephant.
Alright.
Janelle Monáe.
Alright.
Common. Vince Staples. Earl Sweatshirt. And the final act of the day.
Jay-Z.
Motherfucking Jay-Z.
That's the day you don't go.
That's the day I want to go.
That's the day you want to go. That's like, the day you don't go.
You're going to go to Woodstock? I'm like, I don't, because it's going to be crowded, but it's Jay motherfucking Z.
That's the day I would never go.
H to the it's O, B to the it's A.
That's the day where you're going to get stabbed in your ribcage.
Yeah. Or like the last Woodstock where it turned the Lord of the Flies at the end and everything got burned down and she's got raped. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's going to get bad that third day. So it's going to be.
But my point is,
they're going to erect a school and shoot it. That's how bad it's going to be.
Like I said, I'm not a big fucking concert goer.
No.
But there are concerts in the past that if I knew
you would go to.
I would, like, for example, Metallica at the Apollo.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? You fucking kidding me? It's fucking Metallica at the Apollo?
I tried to win tickets to that.
I would even seen Guns N' Roses at the Apollo when they played the Apollo. I'm not even the biggest Guns N' Roses fan, but it is Guns N' Roses at the fucking Apollo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. How the stars have to align in a certain way for that to happen. Just like Jay-Z in Watkins Glen. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Look, I'll take the word at C-Mac at this point.
I don't know, fam. I think we know at least one person that we're not going to name that is probably going to Woodstock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he's probably going to be equipped with so much weed and so much edibles and so much moonshine that I just want to just chill with him because I know that he's going to find us some goddamn... He's going to be my wingman because he's got the drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
airport, homie. Not even wingman. He's the airport. You sit there and you will fly.
He's Iceman and Goose combined. Absolutely. So, I don't know, man. If I can find a way to make it to Woodstock, I would go to Woodstock. Just because
I would love
Woodstock.
To get you there. I would love to get you there.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. And but that's August. So really, we can talk about Google Stadia if you want, or we can just leave it for another time.
Leave that for another time. That's
Yeah.
one of those things that.
Congratulations to the Hart Foundation. They are the newest inductees into this year's Hall of Fame.
Really? Final? I thought they were in already.
Making Bret Hart, yet another guy that is getting into the Hall of Fame twice.
When is Rey Mysterio gonna get in, or is he redacted?
No. Shut up. He didn't. Oh my God! See, he didn't kill that dude purposely.
Manslaughtered him to death.
It was a botched move because dude didn't know how to take it correctly. He didn't know how to take the 619 correctly.
That quote from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came from Rey Mysterio.
Okay. Lord have fucking mercy.
Don't worry, he'll get in eventually.
No, he is going to get in eventually. But yes, they are the newest inductees into the Hall of Fame. So congratulations to them, to Bret Hart, and the late Jim DeAmbo Neidhart. I just assume that Natalia will induct these two.
Is my man Billy Graham in there yet?
Oh yeah, he's been in there.
He's been in there?
Yeah, he's been in there since when did he go in? 04? Yeah, he went in 04, so he's good in there.
Because I do cut his promos at the JO a lot. And Steiner Math is an ongoing joke.
I get this way, running in the desert, living thousands of pounds. You know, even my steaks raw. I don't even cook my meat. Yes. I am the arm wrestling champion of the galaxy. There might be people on Mars. And if they are, I can beat them. Yes. Shout out to Superstar Billy Graham.
Yeah.
So, without nothing else to talk about for now, let's get into some box office numbers. This come from JoeBlow.com. These are the 10 most successful movies in the country the past weekend. Course number 1. No real big surprise. It absurded the number 1 movie for the last 2 weeks. It is Jordan Peele's Us. It has made $70 million.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
As I sit here and read this, Us scored the 3rd biggest opening for an R-rated horror movie behind the $76 million start of last year's Halloween and the $123 million opening of Stephen King's It in 2017. Okay. So it's the third highest grossing R-rated movie.
Nice.
And like I said,
he's doing big things for horror, man. You gotta give him that at least.
We'll see. He's done 2 movies. He's not Stephen King. He's not Wes Craven.
Stephen King ain't even Stephen King.
Okay. You know what I'm fucking saying? See. He's being a dick.
I am
being a fucking dick right now. Yep, you know it.
Huge dick.
You know, Jordan Peele did 2 fucking horror flicks.
And
we haven't seen Twilight Zone yet, or at least you haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it yet.
And I don't know how you're going to see it. You got to find some way to either that or pay for CBS access.
Look, I will plug my hand into the wall and shove an Ethernet cord up my ass to watch it.
That being said. The number 2 movie of the country was, of course, the number 1 movie for the last 2 weeks, Captain Marvel. $35 million. It has made $321 million. Here total. Domestically, is probably close to $1 billion at this point.
Nice.
Because it's Marvel. Number 3 was the animated movie Wonder Park, which, again, don't know what the fuck that movie was.
Wonder Park?
Yeah, some animated bullshit. Yeah. Made $9 million, $29.4 million altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 was 5 Feet Apart. That's a movie I was talking about last week. Which is this year's The Fault in Our Stars.
Yes.
That movie made $8.7 million, $26.4 million altogether. Number 5 was How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. Still going strong.
Yeah, good for them.
$6.5 million, $145.7 million altogether. Number 6 was Tyler Perry's A Medea Family Funeral. Because, come on. Is what it is. $4.5 million. $65.8 million. This dude is going to keep making movies.
We really got to get Mitt's opinion.
Yeah, I like I said, we can only hope at this point that he will show up for Drunken Mania. Because I have taken that day off, and I let people know quite finally and quite ferociously. Like, I'm not gonna be here that day. It's Mania Sunday. Everything gets shut down. You want to know what happens? Listen to the goddamn podcast. Anyways,
if you hear car crashes and cats sputtering,
that has nothing to do with us. That has nothing to do with us. Number 7 was a movie called Gloria Bell. I have no idea what this movie is about.
No.
But it made $1.8 million, $2.4 million domestically. Number 8 was the Spanish movie No Manchas Frida 2.
Yeah.
$1.7 million.
We are off the ball. We gotta make sure we see all of these.
I'm not watching none of that shit. You out your fucking mind. You have fun with that because you have to watch movies with subtitles at your fucking house. Because you have kids.
Too much noise.
And too much noise and too many kids.
And they hate, everybody hates it, the fact that I leave subtitles on, so it'll be like just on regular stuff too.
Yeah. Well, that movie made $1.7 million. It's made 6.6 million dineros, pesos, in the country. Number 9 was the Lego Movie 2, the second part.
Yay!
$1.1 million. It has made $103.3 million altogether. I don't know what it makes. What it made on fucking worldwide. And number 10 was A Little Battle Angel.
Really?
Yeah, still in the top 10, man. That movie's been out since like before Valentine's Day, and it's still making money. $1 million, $83.7 million domestically. It is made over $500 million.
That's fantastic.
So I just assume we're gonna get a fucking sequel. And when I was at the bookstore, because off mic, you gave me some store credit for a bookstore down the street, which only really spent like $5 of because he didn't know that there was $10 extra on the back.
Disney dollars?
And he ripped it.
Oh!
Yeah, I was like, motherfucker! You son of a bitch! But I did buy what I guess is the 3rd volume of A Little Battle Angel, which is sitting on my couch as we speak.
Wow, nice.
Coming this weekend, this upcoming weekend, a movie that I think everybody forgot was coming out. Dumbo. The live action version of Dumbo.
When does that come out?
That comes out Friday. This Friday, yeah.
I saw a trailer for it.
Yeah, I think because of all the hype about Aladdin and Lion King, we forgot this movie was coming out. Now,
for sure.
I wonder, are we gonna
racist crows?
Lordy, there's a motherfucking big ass elephant. He can fly.
What?
Oh, Lordy, let me go in the back and get some grits.
When I did see this trailer, and I was with a friend, they made the comment of, yo, why does it seem like the only black person in this whole movie is playing the goddamn drum in a circus? And I was like,
cause Lordy, this elephant can fly, Lordy.
You said it, I was like, you remember the black representation in the first one? I don't stick with black guy playing the drums if we don't get shucking and jiving, freaking cigar twirling crows. I can live with just the guy playing the drums. Thank you.
Lordy, look at this big ass leather bag that's flying all over the place. Lordy. While you're at it, Disney, why don't you remake Song of the South? That's coming next year.
Oh, God. With Nipsey Russell hologram.
Slice some oil for me. Lordy.
Oh, boy, it's such a beautiful day out here.
It's such a beautiful day out here, Lordy. Give him some oil.
Oh, gee.
Oh, boy. And on that note, see, what are you looking forward to in the next 6 days?
The next 6 days, I don't know of really anything that's coming out. I'm looking forward to enjoying a nice, quiet weekend. I don't think any games really came out. I'll keep pouring and chopping away at things I've been doing. And, I'll just keep my head down, reading my books and playing my games. Just really overall recharging the batteries for another week.
Listen, as bad as I feel right now, we are starting to get some nice weather here in the Rock. Tomorrow, get to go to my favorite stomping grounds, Pop Rocks, here in Rock City, New York, which is a comic book / coffee shop for my monthly previews catalog. And looking forward to maybe seeing us. And mostly just, a lot of YouTube shit, the podcasts that I'm a fan of and inspired by,
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it, man. Another week at this job. Ugh, Lord have mercy. Lord, I gotta go back to the job. Lord, there's no flying element here.
I gotta sweat it out hard here, boy.
I gotta sweat it out here, master. Lord. This machine keeps breaking down, shit. Anyways, so without anything more to say, this has been the Geeks from Apartment 2 podcast. I have been Alan One. He's been Brother C. We shall see you next week. And as always, we'll keep the door open for you.
Genially.
Laters.